It was Easter Sunday, a day meant for celebration and joy. But for one child, it became a day he would never forget. A day filled with unsettling events that would haunt him for years. I was 6 or 7 years old, and my family had always been very religious. Easter, like all the major religious holidays, was a big deal for us. The church service was long, but I didn't mind. I was a kid who loved hearing about Christ, even though that day things went wrong. After the long service, it was time for Sunday school. Our church was built with a split-level design, the sanctuary upstairs, where the altar stood, and then downstairs in the basement were all the classrooms. It was a quiet, peaceful place, most of the time. That day, the church was decorated for Easter. The walls were covered in pastel streamers, paper cutouts of lambs and crosses. The classrooms felt more festive than the service itself. All the kids were in a good mood, excited for the Easter egg hunts. I was too excited to wait, so I raised my hand to ask if I could go to the bathroom. The teacher excused me, and I made my way down the hallway. The bathrooms were just a few feet away. It was quiet in there, just the hum of the fluorescent lights and the faint echoes of the teacher's voice. But then, I heard it. A strange scraping sound from the stall next to mine. It didn't sound like someone shifting or moving around. It was slow, like something metal was being dragged across the floor. I thought it was another kid. But when I looked in the mirror, the door to the stall opened slowly, and out stepped a man. But not just any man. This was the Easter Bunny. His costume was old, saggy, stained. The fur was grayish-white, not the bright, cheerful white you'd expect. One of the eyes on the mask was sewn on crooked. But at the time, I wasn't scared. I was just confused. I thought maybe this was some surprise Easter visit. I smiled at him. "Hi," I said. He didn't answer, just stood there, staring at me. His head tilted to the side. It felt off. Then, after a long pause, he slowly stepped out of the stall and raised his hand, pointing toward the door. "You're the lucky chosen child. I have a gift for you outside," he said, his voice muffled behind the mask. I didn't hesitate. I was excited. I thought maybe this was some special Easter surprise. I followed him. He led me outside. The grey door creaked open. I remember thinking it was strange that the Easter Bunny wasn't carrying a basket, but I didn't question it. We walked across the church parking lot, heading toward a car parked in the far corner, hidden behind a dumpster. Then, something strange happened. I saw another Easter Bunny, standing by the car. At that moment, it hit me. Something didn't feel right anymore. I stopped in my tracks. I looked back and forth between the two of them, confused. I hadn't seen that car before. Just then, a teacher, Miss Sabrina, walked around the corner. She saw me and the two Easter Bunnies. I'll never forget the scream she let out. It was the most terrifying sound I've ever heard. The man in the costume let go of my hand and bolted toward the car. Without thinking, I ran toward Miss Sabrina. Once I was in her arms, I turned just in time to see the car speed off into the distance. The police questioned me later. I told them what I saw. Another kid in the back seat of that car. But the investigation led nowhere. No missing children, no leads. The man had somehow known the church's layout. He had a key to the back door. It was clear he had been waiting. I still can't shake the thought of that other kid in the back of the car. Every Easter, I can't help but think about that day.